Yeah, there's something that I want to. There's there's something that I want to explore. Yeah, I experienced a lot of things since we met last year. I've kind of gone off the spiritual deep end. Yeah, before I was seeing you, but otherwise my story was more like being a scientist and just have a normal life, and everything in my head was according to logic. Even the things that the truth that I felt from you, which really radically changed my life, could sort of still fit into my scientific worldview. But yeah, since in February I went to a spiritual retreat for the first time in my life, because my best friend, she's really into Tantra, and she said, yeah, you should really do this. So I just trusted her because she's my best friend, and I went into like a Tantra retreat for 4 days, and it was quite a leap for me. And the things that I experienced there are completely just eradicated my scientific worldview. And I experienced things that I could not comprehend. Things that I thought were fake, like energy or chakras or all that spiritual stuff that I used to really roll my eyes at. I experienced them for myself, and now I'm just confused, and I feel like my life story is shifting, or has taken another turn.
Wow.
And
what an adventure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an adventure, and one side of me really loves it, and because I've really been longing for what you were talking about, like these beautiful mystical experiences and like feeling one with the universe. And I mean, as an astronomer, I've studied the universe like my whole life. That's my life's goal. But I've always had this longing, like to really, experience being one with the universe and all that stuff. And now that I've experienced all these spiritual things and energies and chakra and Shaktipat and whatnot, like I have these like really weird experiences that I can't explain, and there's this hope that maybe there is this possibility that I can feel at one with the universe. And then you start to read books and you read all these beautiful experiences from people, and then I think I want that so bad. And it's beautiful and it's painful.
The wanting.
Yeah, the wanting.
Yeah.
It's painful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's beautiful also because it's not just the wanting of the mind, it's a longing.
Yeah.
It's a longing to live the truth of who you are. And you've recognized that who you are is that oneness.
Yeah, you showed me that years ago, and since then there was, already before, but you pointed me to, before there was a longing of finding out what I was, and then you pointed me to what I am, and ever since there's this longing of living that truth. and I felt stuck with it for a long time. Just, well, everything continued more or less as normal with my scientific career, and yeah. And now,
so
eh.
so when after you recognized that, and when things went on as normal, did you feel that you weren't, that it was known somehow but not lived in that time?
There was a period that I really...
mean, before you had those experiences.
Yeah. Well, so right after I found out, well, when we met, years ago, right after that, I felt a period, a few months where I was really like, wow. And then it sort of subsided, and still I knew rationally what I am, but I didn't feel it anymore.
So what you're describing actually is quite a natural process where the mind is trying to grasp what the hell is going on here. So first you recognize it, and there is this sense of expansion after recognizing this, because it's like your world has opened up consciously. I mean, it has always been that open. You have always been that, but it was like a conscious acknowledgement. And it put the mind at rest also for a while. That's why it lasted for a while, because it was like, okay, here, this is it. But as your daily life went on, and the ups and downs of your life, or whatever normal stuff, the mind creeps back in with all kinds of problems or whatever is happening in life. And it starts to be believed that somehow I'm losing it, or I've lost it, or it's not as expansive as it was, because the experience has changed, which naturally it would and should, it must, because everything changes in experience, right? And the initial experience of expansion was only an experience of expansion in contrast to the experience before, which that was feeling a little contracted, believing that I'm just this me and this person, you know, and you realise, oh no, I'm not. I'm all, you know, much wider. But it's just it's like having a big surprise. You know, you're a surprise, and you can't stay surprised all the time, right? So it becomes normal. Knowing yourself to be expansive is normal. So it doesn't always feel expansive. It's a knowing, and then the thinking can hijack it and say, right, I know, and it becomes a mental story then. Even if the mental story is a perfect non-dual mental story, it's still a mental story. But the knowing, once you know this, you can't unknow it. It's just that when the mind is kind of hijacking and also saying, hey, look, the experience has changed, it feels like you've lost something, and then you start to believe that. And then, of course, when you believe that you've lost the expansiveness, your experience seems to be more and more contracted. But whether your experience is expanded or contracted, still there's a knowing of it, no matter what. So then when you have these other experiences, tantric experiences and energies and chakras and all of that, there's more of that. There's more experiences in that knowing. And it's experiences of how this life energy is moving in this life, in this experience. And people have kind of mapped it out by calling it chakras and this and that, and they're names for things that make it all sound very spiritual and special and different to normal life. But actually it's normal life, just as normal as being a scientist or anything else. It doesn't have any higher status, you know, just because it has a spiritual name. It's very easy for the mind to say, "Oh, that's more special.
It's more special.
My ordinary life. Oh, that's just too ordinary." But no, actually, there isn't more or less special. It's all ordinary life. So, in other words, we have to kind of bring down a notch the special experiences down to ordinariness, and bring up your ordinary life up to just as special as these special experiences. So that actually it's all the same. It's all of equal value. It's just different. Well, unique experiences. Each experience is unique. But the commentary that overlays it, that makes it mean something, that gives it this special meaning or not so special meaning, and it's all special for me. These special tantric experiences are special, make me, I'm getting closer to it, or this is more experience of being one with the universe, and daily life, that's further away from it. I'm never going to be one with the universe like that. And even if you have an experience of feeling one with the universe, which you might well have already had in that retreat, or you might have it, at any point, there might be a temporary experience of that, and it's beautiful. And in that experience, you realise your true nature. But then it passes, and the whole thing starts again. Oh, I've lost it. I need to chase after it again. And that is painful, where you're chasing this oneness experience for me. It's always for me, so that I can feel one with the universe. But what you recognised those years ago is that you are the universe. More than universe. Universe is a small part of it. You are life itself. So whether you experience that every moment is, something that the mind wants. And it can't grasp how unlimited you really are. So it tries to have an experience of unlimited oneness. But the mind can never have that. Not to say that those experiences are useless. It's just that they are not as special as you think that they are. So enjoy and gain those insights. Do have those experiences and feel the chakras and the energy moving. Yes, it's another way of exploring this life, just as your job being a scientist is. There are so many ways of exploring this life. And it's like having a video camera where you zoom in and then you zoom out. So in that Tantra retreat, you zoomed into the exploration of energy and how that is. Great, wow, really interesting, fascinating, blew your mind and got you to explore parts of yourself that you didn't even know existed before. Then you zoom out again and zoom back into science again, and you zoom out and zooming into this conversation now. But nothing has more or less value. It's all of equal value in that knowing of who you are, always. Always one with whatever is here. That's the universe. The universe is what's presently appearing.
I want to trust that more.
Yeah. Well, it's not so much trusting that, because that isn't a that. It's not something that you can trust. But it's more the opposite of not buying into doubt, or distrust, not believing those thoughts that want something special for me. Because that's like the old habit. And it's thought trying to do its best to help the pain of this longing to live your true nature. So it kind of hijacks that longing. Like, right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to have these experiences.
And then I can
then I'll
live my truth and stuff. And
But that longing is beautiful, and it's something to acknowledge and live from. It's just that it's not a longing that is a grasping. That's where the mind is hijacking. It's a longing that moves you in truth. You know, it's a love of truth. So you move in life, you navigate by that longing. That it's actually, you know, you could also call it like a heart opening. You know, you move where your heart is opened. You move in whatever direction feels true for you. And it's that longing that you can navigate by. Not from the thinking, not the grasping, the wanting, but more of that resonating with.
Yeah. So it is, in a sense, good to follow that longing.
Yeah.
Even though you can get sort of frustrated or hurt by it, or sometimes the longing is so strong that it's painful. But
you must follow it.
Yeah, there's no use not trying to follow it.
You know, really you must. Otherwise, it's a sense of really betraying yourself somehow.
Yeah.
You must follow it. It's just that it's not what you think it is. You know, it's not that. It's not a wanting. It's not a grasping. It's a heart open longing. It's living with your heart ripped open. It's living that rawness of who you are, moment to moment, not knowing where it's going to lead you. And that's the trust. Trusting absolutely that, rather than your thinking that will doubt that will question everything.
And trusting that what I feel, trusting that I can, that I'm able to follow that longing, or trusting my intuition.
Yeah, it's your passion for the truth.
Yeah.
So it's living from your passion for the truth. And that's what can motivate you in life, rather than a belief that I need to get somewhere or become someone or have a special experience. Those kinds of motivations are all mental stories for me. A story for me. But this love of truth, this passion for the truth, that is beyond the mind. It's life in love with itself, moving itself in whichever way the life energy is flowing.